Hello, BookTube, and I'm back with another book trifle of videos. And this time it's about catalogs, and more specifically, catalogs that are bound within books or that leaflets for other books that were inserted into loosely into a book. And this is basically done more for books that are over 100 years old. The one I've got two examples here. This is a study of Victor Hugo by Algernon Charles Swinburne. I've already showed this basically because of the inscriptions, uh, but I did read the one inscription wrong. The one I thought it's the woman said picked my own by my own gracious hand. It's actually nicked. So she stole this book in 1967, according to her inscription. So to keep up the tradition, I've put my own inscription in. The date that I got it, March 14th, a Tuesday. And ordered book from eBay, bookseller, total cost £5.31. Showed book and spoke about inscriptions on my BookTube channel. So let's get to the catalog. In this one, there is a short, well, it's actually quite many pages because there's a lot of listings in here. It's 32 pages long. It's bound in separately, or well, it's at the end of the book. January 1886, a list of books published by Chatto and Windus. And they're just very brief descriptions, as you can see, just page after page. I think they do have them in subject matter. You see this in many books. Chatto and Windus did this a lot. And the other type is a book that I just located is an essayist that I really enjoy, Augustine Birrell. But this is sort of a study of William Hazlitt, the essayist, by Augustine Birrell. This is just a very cheap edition, Macmillan and Company. Probably no date on it. No, there's no date that I could see. Yeah, I don't see anything here. In this one, they do have a page that is printed in with a list of some books. English Men of Letters, new series, and reissue of volumes in the series previously published. So, and yeah. But there is a little, for their cheap books, Macmillan's New Shilling Novels. And it's a little booklet that it's really cool because it's got illustrations of the authors. And that's F. Marion Crawford. And that's for his book, Cecilia, A Study of Modern Rome. Then we got Gertrude Atherton, The Splendid Idle 40s, Stories of Old California. We got Owen Wister, The Virginian, A Horseman of the Plains. I love the little illustrations. And then we got Rolf Balderwood, The Ghost Camp, or The Avengers. And then on the other side is Gilbert and Marion Coleridge, Jan van Elso, being an account of his adventures during the reign of His Most Catholic Majesty Philip II, King of Spain. You can see the staple that is rusting in there. Then we got Harold Vallings, By Dovercombe Water. By Dovercombe Water. Maurice Hewitt, Little Novels of Italy, The Forest Lovers, and a list of them. Again, fabulous little illustrations. And The Highway of Fate, just a few other things on the back here. Authors I've never heard of. absolutely forgotten today and maybe difficult to get copies, or they'd be so cheap to get. Oop, it's out of the screen. So yeah, so this is kind of neat, a little ephemera, it's called, that's put in here. And I always spend hours perusing, especially the catalogs that are printed in these books, because sometimes they go on. Some of them are like 50, 60 pages long, and sometimes they're at the beginning too. The pages are cut differently, so they're not as wide as the page. So there's a line there. And it's just, they're really cool. I spend hours. Does anybody else have books with those in? And do you spend hours perusing them and wondering what some of these books are? And I have purposely, in the past, discovered things through those catalogs and purposely ordered them. So I do really like them. But these ones are really cool when they have little illustrations and sometimes a little bio at times. This one doesn't really have a bio. Of course, I drop it on the floor. A bio, but some of them do have little bios in the pictures, and there's even bigger ones than this, that are placed in books, or sometimes it's just one sheet. It's like one little sheet this size, sometimes bigger, sometimes actually much larger, and it's folded in half. They're really, really neat, and it's a good way to see, as I say, other books that you might not know about. I've even had in the past, I don't think I have any more actual separate catalogs of books. I've got some for the Everyman Library, from the early part of the 20th century, but I used to have actual catalogs from the 1800s, which are really, 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 really cool. Anyway, yeah, do let me know what you think in the comments regarding catalogs printed or inserted, loosely tipped in to books. Thank you, BookTube.